These masks are made with 13-inch commercial coffee filters, 1-inch wide masking tape, 3.5-inch rubber bands, 4 to 5-inch bread ties or twist ties. You'll need a pair of scissors and a stapler. So first, fold the coffee filters in half and then cut them to 7 inches wide. You want to make sure you keep the cuts at 90-degree square to the folded edge of the filters. Now we're going to secure one bread tie to the inside of the fold, and this will be the nose wire for the mask. So we're just use a tiny piece of masking tape, open up the mask at the fold, and use the masking tape to hold the bread tie in place. Now to make the pleats, it took me a while to get the angles and the size of the folds correct, so you may have to mess with it a few times. Start with about a 1-inch fold for the very top, and then continue from there, somewhere between 1/2 inch and 1 inch for each pleat. And you don't want to make each pleat very deep, or it becomes really hard to fit it to your face when you get it on. So just plan on having to refold a few of them to get the 3 pleats for each mask of the correct size, and try to match it to what you see in the video for the amount of filter that you end up with at the bottom. Now the sides are held in place with 1 piece of masking tape on each side. You just want to put about half of the tape over the pleats of the mask on each side, just like that, to keep everything held together nice and flat, and then flip it over and fold the tape back so that it secures the pleats on the other side. And just repeat that for the other side of the mask, just making sure everything's nice and square and flat. Okay, now to hold the rubber bands in place, just cut a short piece of the tape in half. You can use an X-Acto knife too. Sometimes it's easier than scissors. Take your 3.5-inch rubber bands and cut them. And take the half piece of tape and anchor it, and use it to hold the tails of the rubber band in place. You want the rubber bands to extend just a little bit past where the tape is, just to help anchor them. The tape both helps keep the rubber band in the correct place for when you staple them, and it creates more of an anchor so that it doesn't pull out when you're trying to put the mask on or when you're wearing it, causing the mask to slip off. So securely staple 1 staple on each tail of the rubber band. You want the flat part of the staple on the top, which is also the side that the rubber band is, to securely hold everything in place. And just trim off the excess tape, and you're done. To put on the mask, it's just like a surgical mask. Hold it by the rubber band, put it on your ears, and secure it at your nose, and carefully open the pleats to fit your face. Make sure there aren't any gaps, and get the nose wire fitted.